Hi, welcome to this third iteration of how to create your own video intro using Blender. Right, I already installed Blender, of course, and I just started Blender. And I explained in the previous two videos how you can set up your scene and do a lot of nice stuff. And I'm going to walk you through that again, because I think the way you can really learn how to do this is by just doing it a lot of times. So I'm trying to give you every time there's this video made, I'm trying to give you more different ways of doing these things you want to do. So this cube here, I'm gonna delete it pressing X, and I'm gonna press Shift A to get myself a text in there. Press Tab, 040, Makelab, press Tab again, RX90, bam. Okay, so this is already, you should know this because that's what I explained the last video. So press N to get my lock camera to view. Alright, press 0, right click this edge, or make sure the camera is selected, and then make sure the camera is selected. Shift middle mouse button, shift middle mouse button. Here we go. So I framed it just right, I think. A little bit more, and then practice makes perfect. So I suggest you do the same. All right, okay. Press the 0 again to get out of this mode. All right, so I've got my Makelab text. I'm going to go to my font here, F. I also need to explain a little bit more about how this window management system works. If you, I'm going to close this little window here by pressing N. I don't need it again. I don't need it, and this one I also don't need. You can press T to remove that one again. So if I want to create a new window with different stuff inside, I can press these little lines here. Press my left mouse button and keep it pressed and drag it to the left. Here we go. Zit. Here we have it. So I've got a clone of this one here. I got it on the right. So I can change what I see here. Change using this button here on the left corner, left bottom corner. I can put it on the node editor or whatever, something else. File browser, and now it moved to this part here, but that's okay. So all right, how can you go back? How can you make this one full screen? Just left click the mouse on these little lines here, hold the left mouse button, drag it to the right, and there you see an arrow here, and now I let go of my left mouse button. Poof, there we go. Okay, so this is something nice to know. Okay, I can also make a little bit more room for these properties here, because I went into the font. I already explained that the last time. Now I make an extrude. Let's do it a bit different. 0.1 array, depth 0.05, and the resolution, let's do it like that. I like it like that. So okay, you give it a material, click the material button first, and then we need to go to Blender, select Cycles Render, and then you can press New, and I'll do a Mix Shader again. So press Surface, Mix Shader, bang, and then first shader will be Glossy, and the next shader will be Diffuse, and the color will be blue, and also that one here. And we also need to have the ground. Shift A, Mesh Plane, S, scale it up really big, put it a little bit below the text. Yes, scale it up a lot, and then get this right this light, move it to the left, move it down a bit, and then to the left again. And press on this lamp. I pressed this symbol here. It was auto pressed. So use nodes. Let's put a different. Let's give the light a color yellow, just to see what the effect will be, and the strength will be 500. All right, let me see how it looks. The scene looks right now. Render image. Yeah, I'll do something else. Press escape to get out of this mode. I have the light selected. Shift D and put more light. Shift D to get a better effect. Render image. Here we go. Okay, the image is rendered using, I can press the camera here. Also the output, put it again at the directory you want, and the format H.264, we already did that. So I want to get the sampling, put the preview at 100 and also the render at 100. The preview, here we go. So you see that's a lot, it's a lot better now. And yeah, let's change the sky. Press escape to get out of this mode, and preview, just put it back at 10, because the preview is this. If I select if I have the scene here, I can go to this button here. It is next to object mode. You can click it and you can select rendered. Now it shows the scene. You can see it updates, but it's not, in order to create something, this doesn't really, yeah, I hardly use it, but this is the preview setting. If I put it at 1, it'll be a lot faster. If I would put it at 1, for, I don't know, 500 or 100. If I would now change the scene, this would be the preview sample setting, 500. See, now it really has to think the way it should look, but yeah, we don't want that. We just put it at 10. So now it works quickly. All right. So I just put it back at solid. So we've got no performance issues. Okay. So did I put enough lights in there? Press 7 on the numpad and press 5 to get to orthogonal mode. Because if you press 5 again, you can see here perspective. Then everything has a depth. And if you go to orthogonal mode, everything, yeah, there's no depth anymore. And if you want to accurately position stuff, it's very nice to have the Blender in orthogonal mode. So I just press 7 again of the numpad, and I can right click the light here, Shift D, and put it, I don't know, here, Shift D and light from the back. And I can middle mouse button, and I can scroll around, and I can see there's a lot of light everywhere. So I just press render image. How does it look now? Hey, you got nice highlights from these lights here on this. Yes, it's starting to look very nice. Okay, I press escape to get out of this render mode. We are going to do a neat little trick. First, we need to get our end, put it at 100, so the video won't be that long, the intro video. So once we have done that, we can we select the text. Did we already convert to mesh? Yes, that's the thing you need to do. If I press tab now, you can see a lot of different edges. If you haven't done that, you would have just the text. But we need to have all these. We need to have this converted to a mesh. Once we have done that, we can go to this tool here, It looks like a spanner. Add a modifier. Let's do something to it. Let's put explode. Let's put an explode in there. And what happens now is that doesn't do a lot. Explode. Do I need to do this? Explode. It doesn't really work. All right, do something else. I want to quick explode. That's what I need. Quick explode. And you can see here there's the red stuff here. What I want to do is I want to have this logo come up from the top, and when it reaches the bottom it'll explode in a lot of different nice tiny little bits. If I just put quick explode as a modifier on there, and you see that this happens. Boom. And I can change when this happens. So, but just put that in there. Yes. Oh, I need to first put a particle system in there. I could have done this manually, but now with quick explode. How did I do that? Just something else you need to know. Control Z, you can go back. Yes. Control Z, you can undo, and Shift Control Z, you can redo. So Shift Control Z, redo. Control Z, undo. So now I'm at the point where I just before I added the explode effect. What I want to do is get an animation going. So I'll be doing just press the 0 button on the numeric keypad. Then press this button here to get automatic keyframes going. Make sure you're at this at the start here. And then move this one up outside of the view. Go back to frame 30. Have it moved into the view. Boom. And once you've done that, you can check if it works properly. You can also do rotations like that, but it's too much depth for now. So if you have got this, let's go to, I've got this selected. Let's get out of this camera view mode by pressing the 0. And now I press the space bar and I type in quick explode. That's another shortcut to get to stuff you want. So do that again. I'm gonna press escape to get out of this window. I press a space bar, just once, the space bar once, and I get this. And I can do a lot of, yeah, it's called quick find. I can quick explode. Bam. So now it started the quick explode at frame 30. So let's see how that looks. Boom. Right. Okay, that starts to look very nice. I can set the parameters for the quick explode. And for that, I need to go to the particle. It's a particle system. I can go to the particle here. These little stars here, I click on that. So I had this object selected, the text, and then I went to this particle system here, and here I can set the way it all works. So it starts at 30. It ends frame number to stop emitting particles. So let's put that at 60. And let me see how that works. So now it starts to gradually explode. And also the particles themselves, it's using the text geometry to get these particles going. I'd like to have the lifetime. You can change that as well. That's from 30 to, well, from here, it's from 60 to 50 frames later, 50. So that's to 100. That's exactly what we want. So the setting like we have now, it's okay. But if you look at the way the particle starts to fall off, they don't have a depth. The particles don't have a depth. So they're just two-dimensional faces. I can change that as well. Go here, add a modifier, and I want to solidify them. So I've got first the particle system, then the explode effect, and then the solidify. And the solidify makes it so, if you look at the pieces here, you can see that they have a thickness. So, and now they have a real thickness. That's cool. Okay, so to get and if you look at the way these particles, they fall through the floor, but I don't want that. I want them to jump around this piece of floor. So I select that floor with my right mouse button. So I've got it selected. It also says I'm selecting it here at this plane. It's active here. I go to this right, to this ping pong ball, and I would just press collision once. That's it. If I would now look at the animation, so press the text again, right click, and if I would look at the animation, you'll see it starts to bump all the pieces around. So I can change it a bit. Let me see. Right click the text, go to this tool here. No, to the particle system thing, and I want it to have a lifetime of a bit less, 30 frames. So I want them to be gone by the end of the scene. Yes, here we have it. All right, so we have a shader going on, we have a particle system going on, we have a collision going on for the ground. You can also put a collision, by the way, on the mesh of the text. So I select the text, put a collision on there as well. So now it collides with itself. It needs to do a lot of calculations for that, but it collides with itself. And let me see, I'm using the camera here. It's on documents, output. I can just start to render this stuff. So if I want to see how it looks inside the camera, I can just position my scrubber here and then render image. And now it'll start to show you how the scene will look when it's rendered as an animation. And yes, that starts to look very nice. So press escape to get out of this mode. I only have to do one thing. Press this globe here. I want to use different color. I want to use total black. And then everything is set up. I can press this button here, the camera, press animation, and it'll start to animate. So I'll get back to you once this is animated. And we're back. So it rendered the animation. You can go to render, play rendered animation, and it'll show you what it did. So I hope you like this tutorial, and I suggest you start creating your own little animations with all the effects you can use inside Blender. You should be able to do that now, because I give you all the knowledge you need in order to create stuff like this. All right, bye bye.